season where you go out and make the money.
3rd and 17. McNair in the flat to Mason. Well shy of a first down. Cut down by Kelly.
Les Steckel, the offensive coordinator of the Oilers, just decided, okay, I'm not going to force it. My defense is playing well. Let's take a shot at the field goal, and we'll keep this game close. That's
Al Del Greco, it sure is. There goes Hopkins to the locker room to be x-rayed. Del Greco will try from 41. He's already hit from 45 and is 19 out of 21 this year, having a brilliant season. Hooked it wide. So it's still a one-point ball game. And, Joe, it was that aggressive defense that pushed them back 7 yards and made it a longer drive.
That's exactly the mental approach that Tampa had to take on defense. They had to say, we've got to get some people through the line in the backfield. As long as the Oilers' offensive line was able to keep and control them and push them, there wasn't going to be any penetration. Eddie George could pick and choose where he wanted to go.
For up-to-date scores, stats, and analysis on all of the action in the NFL, log on to ESPN.com and log on to NFL.com for this week's spotlight on Pittsburgh quarterback Cordell Stewart, whose Steelers battle the Packers tomorrow night on Monday Night Football. The Bucs back to action. Jacquez Green. And no loose ball. He was down at the 32.
Boy, Jeff Fisher's defense was ready for that.
Del Greco hoping for another shot after the miss that could have had his club up by 4. That is the end of the third quarter. From Tampa Bay, it's the Oilers 17, the Bucs 16.
On weekends, the game comes alive. And after days of constant training and careful preparation, these weekend warriors are now ready for what lies ahead. A 48-hour carnival of contact that will challenge the mind, body, and soul forever. Introducing AT&T 5-cent weekends. 5 cents a minute, anytime, anywhere. Let the calls begin.
It is.
As you get closer, your eyes get wider, your heart beats faster, your determination grows strong. This is not going to beat you. Oh, it's loud, and it's dirty, and yeah, it's big, but so are your plans. Hey, John boy, you ain't in Kansas anymore. From here on in, every day's going to be a test. Those who pass deserve a great beer. Sam Adams is what's inside.
These are the teams that are going to have the toughest road in the final half of the season. You see Tennessee, number 3, their opponents, with a 60.9 winning percentage. And if they hope to get in the playoffs, this game tonight is critical. What Jeff Fisher's defense has done is shut down the running game in the second half. The Bucs have gained only a yard, and that's what they do. Run the ball. Warwick Dunn crunched as he got to the 36. Eddie Robinson led the charge defensively.
Mike, we've talked about Trent Dilfer having to make plays. This is one of those critical third downs where you have to keep a drive going. You have to try and put yourself in a position to be able to take some shots down the field and get some points on the board. This is what this offense is geared to. Run, run, let your quarterback convert.
Total yards, the second half, totally dominated by the Tennessee Oilers. 4 wide receiver set for Dilfer. And Emmanuel has it go off his fingertips.
All you can do is throw it. Lewis comes up and challenges Emmanuel. He's in his face. It's a good move. He freezes. He gets on top. Right now, he's on top. Got to be a catchable ball.
Dilfer so sure he had the big play. Instead, they have to punt. Barnhart gets it out of there. Mason can't do anything with it as Shelton Quarles quickly downfield holds him to a return of 3 yards. 14:04 to go in a 1-point game.
What kind of jeans are those?
New lean dungarees. Buddy retested. Can't bust them.
You see a business deal. At Sprint, we see data. Data that lays the groundwork. That allows people to collaborate. It's the sharing of information that helps build business. And with Sprint Ion, our integrated on-demand network, will soon be linked together with even greater ease, flexibility, and power. Because business runs on data, and data runs on Sprint.
I left my heart, and that's my song. And I've sung for kings and queens and 7 American presidents. It's wonderful to have everybody recognize you. Will shine for me.
Beautiful, Mr. Bennett. But if you're going to write a check for these CDs, I still need to see some ID.
Use the Visa card that automatically deducts from your checking account at the millions of places Visa's accepted.
I left my ID in
San Francisco.
The Visa check card. Works like a check, only better.
ESPN Sunday Night Football is brought to you by Visa, the preferred card of the NFL. It's everywhere you want to be. By Sprint for all the ways you communicate. By Lee Dungarees, can't bust them. And by Rogaine Extra Strength for men. There were some incredible finishes all over the NFL. It looks like we're in for one here at Tampa Bay. Warren Sapp and the Bucs defense trying to dig in. And here comes Eddie George. George dragging a tackler with him. That's Culpepper up to the 37. Let's go to Solomon Wilcott. Solomon.
Yeah, Mike, earlier Joe talked about the challenges facing Buccaneers strong safety Eric Vance. One of the most underrated fundamentals on the defensive side of the ball is tackling. Because Vance is the 8th man at the line of scrimmage, it is important that he makes the tackle every time in one-on-one situations. My old coach once said that tackling requires 2 things. First, you have to have sound technique, and then you have to have the determination to get the ball carried on the ground. It's going to show here in the 4th quarter, Mike.
Boy, it sure is. And Eddie George with another carry across the 40. Before that run, he had rushed for 117 yards in 20 tries. This guy is a real warrior.
Mike, I think they're going to be a little bit short this time. Do I get a chance? Like, I'm 0 for 1. I get a chance to go to 500?
No, you get 1 shot a game. You already blew it.
I think he's a little short with this one. Yep. Okay. Back to even.
No.
I like that.
1 shot a game.
You got to give a guy a chance. Come on. If Paul was here, he'd give me a chance.
No, it would have been Paul's turn.
Well, I took Paul's place. No, I could never do that.
Tony Dungy is one of the best handlers of people in the coaching ranks, pro, college, anywhere else. He understands people, has a very wonderful manner with them. And his players love him. Warren Sapp said he'd take a bullet for him. He wouldn't die for him. We're not that tight yet, but he'd take a bullet. McNair, quarterback keeper. And that's a good play when your quarterback's around 230.
Great job by the guards and the center. Bruce Matthews, Jason Lehman, and Mark Stepnowski, who's not real big. Stepnowski's one of the smallest centers in the league at 265, but he does such a great job of position blocking. There comes number 74. Just comes down. Knocks Brooks, Stepnowski, and everybody forward.
Matthews, the future Hall of Famer, 10 times in the Pro Bowl at 3 different positions. Eddie George almost looked like a busted play, and Eddie George still gets a yard out of it. Nickerson and Brooks were right there.
You know how you can tell a busted play? It's when the running back has the ball, okay, and there are 5 red shirts around them and no linemen to be seen. That's when you get an indication, and you're absolutely right, Mike.
2nd and 9. Takes the draw. Then throws to George, and he can't hold it. Harvey Nickerson was right there with him. And the Bucs in the last 2 defensive series have really picked up the intensity.
They've done what they've had to do. They're giving the ball back to their offense. Now you got a key 3rd down. You're going to have 3rd and 8. Now this is not a situation where Tennessee really likes to be because they want to run the football. But the big key here is you have to contain Steve McNair. You have to take into account that he can pick up the 1st down with his legs.
He's rushed for nearly 200 yards this year. 3rd and 9. Comes the blitz. McNair runs away from it. And is tackled at midfield well short of the 1st down. Gooch was the guy who drove him out of bounds. And even though McNair made it happen with his legs, the Bucs were ready for it.
Well, if you bring enough people and you get them flushed, the speed of their linebackers will allow you to run him down short of the 1st down. It's the 2nd time their defense has done the job. Now it's up to the offense to try and put something together.
Jacquez Green waits at the 10 for Hendrick's punt. He's done a great job keeping it away from him when they've had the kick. Sky high. And down at the 1. What a play by Anthony Dorsett. Got under the ball and made the catch at the 1-yard line after a 50-yard punt. You can't execute it any better than that.
Back in college, the 3 of us never missed an Indiana game. And today, we still have the best seats in the house, even though we're spread clear across the country. We called 1-800-GET-SPORTS and ordered ESPN Full Court. We can choose from top Division I college basketball games during the 98-99 regular season for only $79.
Or 2 payments of $39.50.
Bob was a math major. With ESPN Full Court, you can follow your favorites from top conferences like the Big Ten, Big 12, ACC, SEC, Big East, Atlantic 10, and Conference USA.
Just call 1-800-GET-SPORTS. It's easy.
It must be. Keith was a phys ed major.
With ESPN Full Court, the matchups just get bigger and better, while we get a little older. And a lot wiser. Because we're not just watching, we're styling with ESPN Full Court.
This is living.
Philosophy major.
Everything he can do, everything he is,
this kid is heaven sent.
He owes to the man.
Go strong anyway. Show me what you got.
He can't forgive.
Hello, son.
Denzel Washington.
Everything you got from me, boy.
In the story of the father.
God forgives. When will you? Never.
The son.
You just like everybody else. I ain't like everybody else. Everybody else ain't your father.
And the holy game.
You got game.
He got game.
Playing this month on Direct Ticket, only on Direct TV.
I think it's probably personality that distinguishes SportsCenter. A lot of people don't realize that we write virtually all our own stuff.
Jack, what sounds better? Good or good?
The second one?
Yeah, good, thanks.
These overhead shots provided by the Southwest Airlines Aerial Cam, high above beautiful Raymond James Stadium for ESPN's Sunday Night Football. Tampa in this half has had 3 drives. They've only held it 10 plays and picked up only 23 yards. Dilfer, batted, intercepted, touchdown, Joe Bowden. Holy cow. Joe Bowden, who never played middle linebacker before this year, standing at the 1-yard line, snatched it out of the air. And he's not letting go of that football.
It is so hard sometimes to be able to complete passes. You run play action, so the linebackers are so close, you just have no opportunity to be able to create some space to throw the ball down the field. We talked about it earlier. You keep dumping off. You got to stretch the defense out a little bit.
That is a whale of an interception. Del Greco for the point after. And now it's an 8-point lead.
Joe Bowden showing some great hands. There he is, right in the middle. Watch this. Play action going to come this way. He's going to slide, makes the touchdown, winds up with the TD. Just focusing, comes in. There it is, right there, looking. Trent wants to go to Riddell Anthony.
You know how hard Dilfer throws the football. He's only 8 yards away from him. That's an incredible catch.
It really is. He bats it up in the air with the one hand and makes a play on it. There's Jeff Fisher. He's got his guys rocking and rolling. Greg Williams, the defensive coordinator.
And when you hang your hat on running the football and defense, at some point in the season, the defense has to make plays like that for you.
But you have to be able to throw the football, and you have to be a balanced team. And a balanced team means we run the ball and have the ability to win throwing the ball. That's something Tampa Bay needs to work on.
And Dilfer hasn't hit anything in the second half. Only 1 out of 7. 16 yards and a pick. He nearly had the one big play to Bert Emanuel, but it was just overthrown. Riddell Anthony waits on the kick. Hendricks got all of that one, and Anthony, 8 yards deep, will bring it out. Crosses the 20 to the 21-yard line. ESPN 2's college football lineup for this Saturday at noon. Northwestern takes on Penn State. At 5, Florida State and Wake Forest. And at 8, a Big East matchup between Virginia Tech and Syracuse.
Michael, you talk about Tennessee's defense taking Tampa Bay out of what they want to do on offense. The last carry that Mike Alstott had was that when there was 4 minutes remaining in the second quarter. He has been a non-factor in the second half of this game.
A guy who gained 128 yards a week ago in that big upset of Minnesota. There's Alstott, right on cue. And Alstott to the 27.
This is a must first down situation for the Bucs. They have to get a first down here in the beginning of this drive. They can't go 3 and out and put their defense right back on the field because it is going to get a ton of Eddie George.
Alstott is the tailback. Lorenzo Neal, his blocking back. Alstott moves the pile across the 30, needs to make the 31. As you see that ESPN gold 1st and 10 line at the 31. Of course, this game figured to be won or lost on the ground. Eddie George with 121 yards. Dunn and Alstott, the two-headed tailback, have combined for 72. Alstott on 3rd and short. Very close.
Oh, he got over the yellow line. No question. Room to spare.
You're right. Got the mark to the half-yard line. There is a first down.
Lorenzo Neal has become the key lead blocker, number 41, going right into the middle of the defense. Good job. Just a good job of taking on the linebacker, making it happen. Brian Wortham.
1st and 10, just outside the 31. Play action. Dilfer. The out complete to Riddell Anthony. Caught it in front of Denard Walker, a gain of 18.
First down, Buccaneers.
This is a case where you run some play action and you let the receiver get down the field 15 yards where linebackers aren't in the way. You make the fake to Allstott, you come back. Now the linebackers are a non-factor. You can put the ball up in the air a little bit, get it over people, and let your receivers work a little bit.
Allstott. Hit hard that time by Lonnie Martz. Back to that last catch by Anthony. Trent Dilfer talked to his receivers, particularly Anthony, and said, don't worry about the mistakes anymore. Go out and make plays, have fun, forget the mistakes.
He meets with the receivers every Wednesday. They reinforce the things that the coaches want. And last week before the Minnesota game, he really sat and drove 1 point home to them. He said, guys, relax. And that goes for me, too. But you just have to go out and relax. Let's think about making plays instead of worrying about not making them.
2nd and 7. Dunn in motion. Pressure on Dilfer. Anthony makes the catch at the 36, 1st down. The Bucs are doing it when they have to.
Trent Dilfer doing a good job of hanging tough in the pocket. Looks like Terry Bradshaw hanging in the middle there. Makes the big throw right in the gut of the defense.
Well, people forget how courageous he is, how durable he is. Second only to Brett Favre in terms of consecutive starts. Emmanuel couldn't hold it. That ball hit him right in the chest. Darrell Lewis got there in a hurry, but he should have had that one.
Bert Emanuel tries to jump and make the play on this one. And I'm not a big believer in receivers leaving their feet to go after the ball. There's no reason to jump. He turns, come back to the ball. Don't sit and wait. What are you jumping for? You want to jump so it hits you in the chest. I mean, that's a bad decision by a very veteran receiver.
And right through his hands, into his chest, and down. 6:54 to go in the game. They need a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. Allstott. No more than the 35, maybe the 34, gain of 2.
Mike, we talked about the speed of Tampa Bay's linebackers. The same thing applies to the flow and the athletic ability of the linebackers for the Oilers. Martz, Bowden, Robinson, they can all run very well. Baron Wortham, another one who can run.
Jeff Fisher hangs his hat on defense. That's how he came up as a coordinator. Huge play here, 3rd and 8. Here comes the blitz. Good protection for Dilfer, and he throws complete for the 1st down at the 23-yard line. Excellent protection by the offensive line, and he got it to Jaquez Breed.
This is an offensive line that talks about priding themselves on pass protection, on run blocking, but they did it that time on pass protection. Talk about tight ends making plays. Dave Moore, number 83. Watch the job he does. He's in the backfield. He picks up the blitz of the linebacker outside. In that case, it was Steve Jackson, the defensive back. Good job by Jaquez Green getting down on the ball.
10th play of the drive. It's the longest drive of the night for the Bucs. Warwick Dunn. Stopped shy of the 20. Kenny Holmes had the jersey and wouldn't let go, along with Josh Evans.
When you talk to the offensive players of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they talk about one thing. They talk about being in a rhythm. Rhythm comes from being able to run the football consistently, converting 1st downs. Mike Shula now has got his team in a rhythm. Run some, pick up the first down. Run some more, pick up the first down.
If they face a fourth down, remember a week ago when Tony Dungy went for it on fourth and long down here and made it twice. Done in motion. Dilfer over the middle, incomplete, trying to hit his tight end more. There's a flag down. Check it, no marker.
I'd have to think what's going through Tony Dungy's mind right now. No matter how many yards we pick up on third down, it's the point you just made, Mike. They're going to have to go in on fourth down with 4:37 left in the ballgame.
It's not a quick strike offense. No. They have to score on drives like this. And we're already down to 4:37. Complete to the 10. That's a first down, a strike to Riddell Anthony. That was a good throw.
The terrific throw. It's a great catch because this ball's coming out in a heartbeat. Anthony does a nice job of going through the void. They really don't have anybody on him. You see him come off scot-free. They're in a zone. Samari Roll just backs away. Dilfer rockets this thing in. He just can't believe it.
First and goal for the Bucs. Play action. And Dilfer makes the smart play, just throws it away.
Oh, but you could see temptation all over him that time. That's a good job. If nobody's there, you're at a critical time of the game when you know you need a touchdown. You throw it away, you come back. You're definitely in four-down territory now.
Well, that's his maturation as a quarterback. A couple of years ago, he might not have done that. He might have thrown it back across his body.
I just don't believe you go for a field goal down here, Mike, because there's only 3:39 left. Eddie George has been pounding away.
And you still need the touchdown if you get the field goal.
8 points down, you still need the touchdown.
Dilfer over the middle, touchdown, Anthony! Dilfer hung in the pocket and hung and saw his man and got it there.
Patience in the pocket by Trent Dilfer, but what a great job by this offensive line. You know that the pressure is coming, but the job's not done yet. You still got to try and go for two. Look at Dilfer set. Looks to his left. Looks to his right. What a job by that offensive line. And then just out of his vision, Anthony keeps working. Riddell Anthony keeps working. A little stop and start. He gets by Steve Jackson.
Now they'll go for two and the tie.
I think you got to keep trying to work the ball to Anthony, Mike. Either that or get the ball and work Dunn's hand one-on-one.
They spread the field. Here's the fade. Incomplete, intended for Emmanuel. Well covered by Lewis. The Bucs still have all three timeouts, and they have closed to within 2 points.
How to speak Australian. Witness Protection Program. Beer. Foster's. Australian for beer.
Need brakes? Come to Midas for a break on brakes. Now just $69.95 after rebate. You'll get our standard brake service and our lifetime guarantee. Midas is $69.95 brakes. It's worth stopping for.
You change your oil every 3,000 miles, right? You don't, do you? You push it. Now you're so busy you try to squeeze another 1,000 miles out of your oil. Well, squeeze this. To do it yourself when you have the time. Reformulated Quaker State. Protection beyond 3,000 miles under any driving conditions. Anybody say insurance? It's been tested. And unlike that lazy uncle nobody really likes to talk about, it works. Quaker State. Sensible technology.
Buy a case of Quaker State and save big on these leading car care products at participating retailers.
If you could fly anywhere in the U.S. for free, where would you go? Sandy beaches or powder slopes? The Big Apple or the Big Easy? 1-800-COLLECT is giving away 50 pairs of airline tickets, a pair a day for 50 days. Just complete a 1-800-COLLECT call and you're automatically entered for a chance to win. And there's a new winner for every day. The more 1-800-COLLECT calls you make, the more chances you have to win. Free airline tickets from 1-800-COLLECT. The easy way to stay in touch and save.
So get ready for ESPN Sunday Night Football. This week, Curtis Conway and the Monsters of the Midway will look to declaw division foes Barry Sanders and the Lions. ESPN Sunday Night Football. Coverage begins at 8:15.
Now that sounds exciting.
These overhead shots provided by the Southwest Airlines aerial cam high above Raymond James Stadium for ESPN's Sunday Night Football. Great night to fly, great night for a ball game, and it's been a beauty. The Oilers by 2. They'll get the ball back with 3:32 to go in the game. Mike Archie waits on the kick from the 7. And taken out at the 16 by Rondé Barber. The Oilers with Eddie George will try to work on the clock. The Bucs need to get it back.
You still have your pay stubs from your college job?
Why would they need that?
You never know.
You're in awfully early this morning.
At Countrywide Home Loans, we've put our branch managers in charge of the entire home loan process.
Honey, I could sure use those statements. Still looking.
We have no loan committee.
Hi, it's Peter Mooney, just checking in again.
Well, Peter, I think I have everything I need from you.
Are you sure? If you want me to, I can just...
So with people in every Countrywide branch with the power to say yes, we're very fast.
So when do you think we'll hear? This week?
Peter.
It's okay. I don't want to rush the loan committee.
Why don't we hear from them now?
What?
I am the loan committee.
Really?
Your loan is approved.
Oh. That was quick.
With rates so low, it's time to call Countrywide to refinance or buy your new home. Call 800-EASY-877 or ask your real estate agent about a branch near you. Countrywide. Easy. Really.
Do you have trouble driving in the rain? Is the glare unbearable at night? That's why STP created Vision Blade glass treatment. Vision Blade forms an invisible barrier that repels water and virtually eliminates glare. It applies in minutes, and it lasts for 6 months. This muddy water sticks to the glass on the untreated side. But with Vision Blade, the dirt and grime sheets away, and your view remains clear. And now Vision Blade is available in 2 sizes to meet all drivers' needs. See what you've been missing with Vision Blade.
Warren Sapp says he's ready. So does Hardy Nickerson. The Bucs have to get the football back for 66,000 home folks to have a chance to go home happy, and they're going to get a baseball out of Eddie George. His last 7 carries, he's gained only 6 yards. Dragging tacklers this time to the 24. And Joe, I know the feeling you get as a quarterback in this situation. You'd love that play action.
I think play action at some point here would be a good opportunity, but as long as you can run Eddie George up the middle, right behind Bruce Matthews, you see Matthews driving off, and Sanderson, they double-team Warren Sapp. Take the heart of the defense, double-team it, and let other people try and make plays.
Bruce Matthews says his greatest motivator is fear. He can't stand to make mistakes. Hasn't made many in 16 seasons. Second and 2, Eddie George. Appears to be just shy, depending on the mark. Tyoka Jackson made the stop. It'll be 3rd and short. Are we going to measure? Yes. No, Tampa has taken the timeout. Their first of 3.
Right behind Matthews on Culpepper. There they go. What a good job of firing off by the offensive line.
Bruce Matthews, his contract is up at the end of this year. He doesn't know how much longer he'll play, but when you watch him, you just can't imagine he wouldn't come back. He is still playing at a Pro Bowl level.
Truly one of the all-time great offensive linemen in professional football. He's gone to the Pro Bowl, 3 different positions consistently. It's not like, oh, by the way, let's go as a center 1 year. It's like, well, let's go 4 years, and let's go 3 as a tackle and 3 as a guard. No matter where they put him, he plays at a Pro Bowl level.
And at the other 2 positions he didn't make the Pro Bowl, he was the first alternate in the voting. 3rd and short. Eddie George. Across the ESPN 1st and 10 line, it will be a first down. And now Tampa will take its 2nd timeout. They'll have 1 more opportunity to stop the clock and the 2-minute warning to stop it.
Timeout. Tampa Bay.
The NFL's best pregame show, Sunday NFL Countdown, every week at 11 a.m. Eastern. Join Chris Berman and the faculty of Bristol University for the only 2-hour pregame show in football. Then at 7:30, all the highlights on prime time. Look at him go.
Les Steckel, the offensive coordinator of the Oilers, can choose 2 things. He can continue to pound Eddie George, but right now, Tampa Bay is committing their safeties up around the line of scrimmage, and their 2 young corners, Brian Kelly and Rondé Barber, are off 10 yards of the wide receivers. The hitches are really gimmies. They are back a long way, and you've got to put Vance and Mincy up close.
Eddie George, 25 carries for 132. Runs into a stone wall and drags the pile forward to the 29. There's the 3rd and last Buccaneer timeout. With 2:14 to go in the half, the clock will stop after 2nd down, assuming they don't throw it, at the 2-minute warning.
To give you an idea how far these corners are off. There, look at the room. There's the corner. Look at all this space out here that they have a chance to throw hitches if they so choose. But they want to still pound Eddie George. Now keep in mind, Tampa Bay will in essence get the 4th timeout that they need when the 2-minute warning starts.
But that still leaves the clock to run if they keep the ball on the ground after 3rd down.
Right. But it can only run, you're still going to wind up maybe back with over a minute, and you only need a field goal.
They have not won a game after trailing by 13 or more points since 1987. Eddie George. That was when they beat the Raiders under Mike Shanahan. That's going back a while. We have reached the 2-minute warning at Raymond James Stadium. A 24-22 game hangs in the balance.
9 programs, $27. 5 hot dogs, 6 pennants, $45. 1 big puffy hand, $6. Their first big league ball game, priceless. There are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's MasterCard, the card at the heart of Major League Baseball.
This is Mr. Taylor's room. Have you seen this guy? No. All business. I mean, he gets faxes all the time. Never loosens his tie. But I mean, that's how you make it to the top, Walter. You got to work, you know? But he's in there right now making a deal.
50-yard line! I got the tickets. I'm going to the game. That for me.
Okay, Mr. Shapiro, 216.
It's HBO.
I'll see you! I'll see you! I'll see you! I'll see you! Come on! Stop it off! Stop it off!
Later on SportsCenter, the NFL Blitz tackles the log jam atop the AFC East. Emmett reaches another Cowboy milestone in the Sunday chat with Bill Cowher. SportsCenter after the game.
Jeff Fisher and Tony Dungy both know how crucial this game is to their playoff chances. The loser falls to 4-5. McNair gets away, runs for the first down and more. Steve McNair to the 10, touchdown. "71 yards by the fourth-year quarterback, and he wasn't about to stop for anybody."
That was the thing you concern yourself with regarding him, but Toyoka Jackson has a shot. He is in perfect position to tackle Steve McNair. McNair makes a miss, and the rest is history. Unbelievable.
Boy, for a big guy, he can run, can't he?
He's also gotten lighter. He's lost about 10 pounds. We sat with him yesterday. He looked a lot thinner, a lot quicker.
And right now, he looks very happy. This makes it a two-score game. The point after, 31-22.
You run Eddie George, you try and get the defense going that way, and then you bootleg with McNair. But hey, your defensive end stays home. Jackson just had a shot at him. Now everybody else has a shot at him. With so many people up around the line of scrimmage trying to stop Eddie George, McNair throws it into second gear when Brian Kelly tries to get close. Now watch Toyoka. 97 is right there. But you just don't appreciate how strong Steve McNair is till he runs through a whole bunch of tacklers.
It's one of the reasons he was the only player in NCAA history with more than 16,000 yards in total offense. He could run.
He's had a 40-yarder and a 71-yarder so far this year.
And Warren Sapp is just crushed. Jeff Fisher enjoyed every foot of those 71 yards, and so did Eddie George.
When you can pound a workhorse, everybody gets focused on it. You got to go someplace else, and they did.
This would be such a huge win for them and take their road record to 4-1. Riddell Anthony trying to get outside and camp, and again, Dorsett down on special teams with another big play. Of course, you would expect these guys to do well on the road. They really haven't had a home in 3 years.
They've been a road team for 3 years. They're really settled in. You mentioned him, Mike. Jeff Fisher's done a great job of keeping them focused. And Steve McNair, in my opinion, in the 4 years that he's been in this league, has grown more than any quarterback. You look at the struggles and the trials, tribulations of Manning and Leaf. He was thankful that he sat a year, had an opportunity to learn and grow.
And that was Steve Fisher's decision. He deserves all the credit in the world. That was Coach Fisher's decision. He deserves all the credit for that. Dilfer throws too high for Riddell Anthony. And that's a very difficult thing to do, to draft a quarterback number one and say, we're going to do it the way we think is right. We're going to sit him for 2 years. He didn't start till the beginning of last season, and it's really paid off.
It was really, Jeff Fisher, they sat him for a year and 12 games before they really gave him a chance to get out and play, after he had a lot more knowledge. Probably talking to Les Steckel upstairs, and he's saying, hey, what a great, there it is. There they are on the phone. Just tell him how great a job he did.
Dilfer with no timeouts needs two scores. Anthony with a short catch gets out of bounds with 1:23 to go in the game. And this will be a bitter pill for Tampa Bay to swallow after knocking off the Minnesota Vikings last week.
That's Toyoka Jackson. He is going to be absolutely sick, as is Tony Dungy. When you call a defense, everybody does their job, and he just got beat one-on-one by Steve McNair.
3rd and 5 for the Bucs. Their only hope is to score and get it back on an onside kick. Ward done underneath. Nowhere. It will be 4th down. Walker and Martz made the tackle.
Of course, the problem with that is they don't have any timeouts to be able to do anything with the clock.
Approaching the 1-minute mark. Dilfer throws to the sideline, and Moore had his foot out of bounds. Down on his knees and made the catch, but while he was on his knees, had a foot out of bounds. They will turn it over on downs.
Dilfer's stepping up in the pocket. Take a look at his... There's his foot.
Oh, I don't know.
Boy, Toyoka's still just sick.
The rush defense had been so good, 3rd in the NFL. Tonight they were ripped for 238. A big chunk of that, the last 71 by McNair.
When we talked to Tony Dungy and we talked to Jeff Fisher, we heard the same exact explanation how they thought tonight's game would go. Whoever can control the running game and do what they want to do will probably wind up on top. And that's exactly what Jeff Fisher's Oilers did.
Now, what is going to be the most ridiculous part of the assessment of this game?
They'll blame Trent Dilfer.
Well, they will blame also a predictable Tampa Bay offense for losing this game when it's the exact same offense that won it for the Tennessee Oilers.
I mean, you could say that the Tennessee Oilers offense is predictable as well.
But it works, and so does Tampa Bay's.
You know, you go back to little plays in a game. For example, Anthony Dorsett downing the ball on the 1-yard line, followed by the interception by Bowden for the touchdown, is what really created the opportunity for the Oilers.
Tony Dungy loses a tough one. Jeff Fisher with a huge win on the road as McNair scrambles for 71 yards and a touchdown.
The final score, the Tennessee Oilers 31.
Our final score, the Oilers 31, the Bucks 22. Coming up next, Sports Center, Dan Patrick and Kenny Mayne with a complete wrap-up of the day in sports. For Joe Theismann, Solomon Wilcox, and our entire ESPN crew, this is Mike Patrick. Good night from Tampa. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.
ESPN thanks you for watching this presentation of the National Football League.